Hey everyone, it's Scott with Black Mountain Maple, and I'm going to walk you through how I turned our Christmas tree this year into this snowman. Just used the stump actually from the bottom of it. It had to be cut off in order to level it up, but you can see there's still a little bit of the Christmas tree on it, and just mounting it into the lathe. First thing, just got to remove some of those little twigs sticking off. We'll save those for later actually. Starting out using rough and gouge here just to knock all the high spots off and get it down to a mostly cylindrical shape. This wood was very green where the tree was just freshly cut. Made an absolute mess with the sap, but didn't turn out too bad. Green wood cuts beautifully on the lathe, especially the softwood. You can see things are starting to get smoothened out here. Switching over to the skew chisel, just start getting the shape and bodies of the snowman. You can see the body of the snowman starting to take shape now. From this angle you can really see the bodies of the snowman, the different balls starting to come together. It's very poor phrasing. Now that the body is looking pretty good, we're going to move on and give him a top hat. Got this small little gouge that just works perfect for some of these little areas. Just a bit of emery cloth, get things cleaned up. Now just using this torch to darken the hat. It actually kind of was a little bit of a bonus because the wood was so wet that use it to dry it out a little bit as well. Originally I was planning on making a separate top hat out of a piece of walnut or something, but it just seemed to be a neater effect to do it this way. And I'm going to use just an awl to mark out where the eyes, nose, and a couple buttons are going to go. I've got a couple small pieces of ebony that I'm going to use to just carve a little bit, make them look like little pieces of coal or rock. Trying to be extra careful doing this with these chisels, as I did end up with stitches at one point, doing something very similar. A little bit of super glue. Smell it might be a little bit overkill for what I'm doing here, so we'll swap that out. just gonna tweak these a little bit just to make them look a little bit more like a natural piece of coal or rock or something, and clean up some of the glue as well. Now those little twigs that we saved from before, just going to use those, cut a little couple pieces off that are kind of similar, make a couple little arms. Mark those out with all the same way, drill a couple holes and glue them in. There's a lot of sawdust from that ebony around right now, staining the wood a little bit, just because the wood is still quite wet, as you can see right there. Going to let it dry before giving it a final sand. There, you can see our cute little snowman.